What it is, folks, it's your homeboy Furry back again with another episode of the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on something.
All facts.
I got my brother, the honorable one.
I'm here.
Tim G. Jacob here with me. T, what the business said, dog?
Man, everything's rock solid, man. Just trying to get to the Christmas tree, see what I got up under, you know.
Well, America, I got to thank my brother Tim G. Jacob, because yesterday was a rough day for your boy. Temptation say, I wish it would rain. Smokey Robinson say, he needs something to hide the tracks of his tears.
Yeah, tracks of my tears, yeah.
America, goddamn it, that was heartbreaking, America.
Yeah, buddy.
But my brother threw a dope-ass Christmas party.
He did that.
Had some good food, good music, good drinks.
He did that.
When the drinks are free, you know they damn good then.
They always are.
So that was able to take my mind off it a little bit. We did converse. We did converse about the game.
We did.
Okay. But when you're around loved ones, it takes the sting off of it a little bit. So I hope real ones out there that down with Jackson State University, I hope that y'all found a way to kind of take y'all mind over. Hopefully you had some kind of diversion. And for y'all from North Carolina Central, I can't help but say salute. Goddamn it, salute. Y'all whooped our ass.
Yeah.
Y'all whooped our ass.
Yeah.
I can't call it no fluke. I can't say nothing but y'all whooped our ass. Y'all outcoached us. You executed.
Yeah. You
were locked in.
Yeah.
You won the game.
Yep.
So hats off to y'all. But let's talk about it. Before we do though, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Coach, nothing, hit that button. Also, if you fuck with it for real, go ahead and join. Become an official member of the movement. You feel me?
Come on through.
Let's get into the realest rundown though, dog.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I will make this note. Roger Goodell was in the building. Okay, that was weird. First of all, like, okay, is Roger trying to, get some brownie points again, show he liked the HBCU.
I saw something said he had a nephew.
There it is. No, that's what I was saying. At first, I thought it was weird, just the fact he did. I'm thinking he's trying to get some brownie points.
Right.
Then these motherfuckers tell me that he got a black nephew at Jackson State University and show him hugging him. I said, what the fuck? I ain't missed a game. I didn't know this. I covered this. I didn't know this. You feel me?
Yeah.
My wife be on the goddamn. So soon we saw it, she go look up some shit.
Right.
And hell, that's his nephew, I think, through adoption or something like that.
Wow.
And so yeah. So shout out to
I didn't know what race. I just knew it was a nephew. So I thought
it's a brother. It's a brother. Yeah.
Okay.
Charlton Goodell. Okay. So shout out to him. But Roger Goodell, maybe he brought us bad luck. No, I know who the bad luck was. That was Roland Martin, Ham Hog, and eating ass that was up in there. He the one that gave us bad luck, motherfucker. Y'all always have smoke for that bitch ass motherfucker. But
there you go.
Let's get into it. In the first quarter, man, North Carolina Central, they came out. Got some points on the board early. Okay, this drive was aided by a deep throw. Okay. Now we got the ball. We were forced to punt. Now we're used to some of these slow starts by Jackson State University. We've seen that throughout Prime's tenure. Yeah. We have these slow starts, okay? And we got stuffed on 3rd and 1. North Carolina Central got the ball back, and their drive ended in a rushing touchdown by Mr. Richard, who we might have sent that boy to the league. All right, and he coming back. Now, he not going no draft. He coming back.
Yeah.
But we gave that motherfucker some great tape. I don't know if the league gonna let him play quarterback when he make it. But he's a football player. The motherfucker had just broken fingers on his non-throwing hand, T.
Yeah, he did.
You couldn't tell by the way that man was playing.
He was trying to get the little cover off to get some tape, just something normal. He didn't even care about that.
That boy didn't care about none of that. One fuck about nothing.
Nah.
Okay. And so he played his ass off.
He did.
He was the best player on the field, in my opinion. Just the way he
He just had control. He had
Had
command.
control, had poise. He over
Yeah.
on the bench just chilling and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Just had his hard hat on. You know what
Yep.
I'm talking about? But that was a dominant drive by them, that second drive. Just
Yeah.
dominant on the ground.
Yeah.
Now they did have a reverse. They ran like a reverse and then a pass to Mr. Richard, which like Prime in the post game talking about they only ran 3 plays. We got Prime. They ran 3 like exotic plays, let alone the other shit they were doing. You know what I'm talking about? And then when you're running on the ground like that, you ain't got to goddamn do much. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna get into that. You gonna get into that, gonna run my goddamn blood pressure up. Cause look, this game had my blood pressure all fucked up. Okay, it had my. Y'all think I'm bullshit. Y'all think I'm bullshit. Look at this. I took my blood pressure during the game. Look at this.
This man really leaving to go get the blood pressure monitor. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna say about 166 over 120, 115.
I ain't bullshitting with y'all, America. And look, I know y'all be like, man, first letter must got hypertension. No, I don't. I ain't never been diagnosed with no high blood pressure. That's just how some of these teams be doing me. Okay? That's what my blood pressure was during the game.
I'm close. I wasn't that close, but I was close on the top number. I just told America I'd guess what your blood pressure would be. I told him 166 over like 115 or something, but I was close on the
God damn, you had been 115.
I had your bottom number a little high.
Thankfully, I ain't get all the way up there. But goddamn, that's what they had me doing, man. They had me on up there. And that was later on in the game. Okay, so we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Jackson State's ensuing drive. All right, we finally got on the board with a touchdown pass to Mr. Stevens. Mr. Stevens, man, you had a good year.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, young man. Okay. Yeah. As me and my brothers have talked about before, especially when we talk about the NFL. Man, you get you a good tight end, goddamn it, you got some.
You got yourself some.
You got some. So, Mr. Stevens, shout out to you. This was great play designed by Coach Bartolone. Because I got some smoke with Coach Bartolone later on. But I will give him his credit here. He rolled Shador to the right, and then he hit Mr. Stevens over the middle. Okay, and this drive was aided by great running by Mr. Wilkes. All right, on the ensuing drive for North Carolina Central, we forced them to punt. We got a sack on third down by Mr. Williams. Now, I think people forget this next thing on our ensuing drive. There was a fumble by Travis Hunter. Okay, there was a fumble. Now, this was right after. Now, if you were watching at home, you know what I'm talking about. If you're in the building, you don't. The commentators were going on and on about how great Travis is. Travis, bad motherfucker. I told y'all, Travis motherfucking Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to say the motherfucking. He is like that. Yeah. He like that. All right. But he's also human.
Yeah.
And he fumbled.
Yep.
On a reverse.
Yep.
And it seemed like the defender just put a hat on the ball. I mentioned that because, of course, now y'all know the elephant in the room was Mr. Hayden Hagler.
Yeah.
The young man that dropped the ball at the end of the game.
Right.
He's being scapegoated.
Right.
Okay. Now, y'all know I usually do this realist rundown. I do this after every game.
Yeah.
Okay. But I want y'all to really listen to this realist rundown for real when it comes to that. Because then you'll notice all the other fuck-ups that we had throughout the game.
Yeah.
The game don't come down to one goddamn play when you got Mr. 5-star, Himothy, Travis motherfucking Hunter himself. Maybe we get points on this drive if he don't fumble the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't come down to one damn play. Yes, that was glaring. Yes, that young man should catch the ball. You're on scholarship. Right. But it don't just come down to that, man. The damn show for no goddamn death threats. What the fuck we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, dog. But we fumbled, and on the ensuing drive for them, defense stepped up. Defense forced a punt on them. All right. Now we were helped by 2 holding penalties on this one, though, and that concluded the first quarter. Okay. Second quarter, we were forced to punt, unfortunately. On their ensuing drive, we forced another punt. We got lucky on a drop by Central. Okay, they just dropped out. We followed that up on our drive with an 85-yard touchdown pass to Mr. Coleman. Okay, that's the one that y'all see on, so I'm getting butt naked on. Okay.
He's wide open.
And that was a 96-yard drive. So we started back pretty far, and it looked like we were finna be rolling. Okay.
Yeah.
That made it 14-10.
Yep.
But unfortunately, and this is what I told y'all, couldn't happen. I told you that you couldn't just drive on Jackson State University. Central said, fuck all that. Central said, fuck all that. Like I said, if you're going to score on them, it got to come from short field. Either we have some kind of big penalty, face mask, PI, like something got to aid it. Blown coverage. The motherfucker just said, goddamn, we going to be physical.
They did.
And on this drive, they were dominant on their ground. They did physical running. We missed tackles now.
Yeah.
Okay, we were missing tackles left and right, including my boy Aubrey on the touchdown run on this one. He missed the tackle. So that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's like they ain't give a fuck to you. They just like coming at you. Now I know we didn't have Mr. Gaddy out there.
Yeah.
Some I read said he had missed some meetings. I don't know. That ain't me report. I'm just saying I saw that somewhere. I don't know what it was. Some people talking about, some people hopped in the transfer portal, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I know that the brothers that were out there didn't look like the number one defense that been in the country all year long.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's got to do with suspension or transfer portal or coaches not being locked in, but that did not look like the defense I've seen all goddamn year.
Yeah.
It just didn't.
Yeah.
All right. Now, on our ensuing drive, we did get a touchdown run by Shador, and that made it 21-17 JSU. It was a great drive by us. It started with great runs by Savion. Shador took over with some pinpoint accuracy. We finished it with a great run by Shador. Okay. Now, I'm sure Central would probably say, well, they probably don't give a fuck now since they won the game. But if they would have lost, they would have said we got away with a lot of shit. And one of those things was what looked like a fumble, but I think he was down. But I'm just saying Central probably would say it was a fumble. It was a bunch of shit it looked like if you're not a JSU person that they were trying to help us. You know what I'm talking about? You can argue that. Now, T, at this point of the game, 21-17 JSU, we at halftime. Were you thinking we were going to be able to close this one out?
Yes, I felt like they could. I felt like Jackson State could close it out, but I felt like they were going to have to do more to diffuse what NC Central was doing well, and that was just lining up and running the ball. Mm-hmm. And the way they played with pace, you were gonna have to do something to rattle them. Like I never saw anybody get a great shot on Mr. Richard during the game, where we set some pressure and just make him do something different because he was too comfortable. He was just way too comfortable in this game. Mm-hmm. I felt like the Collier kid was like, he wasn't having to look hard for a hole. It was going to be that way. If it was going to run right, there's the hole. If it was going to be left, there's the hole. He didn't have to. There was no interference. There were no guys plugging up holes for Jackson State and making it hard for Collier to find a lane to get outside or go inside or whatever he was trying to do and move the ball up the field. I just felt like they were going to have to disrupt something that NC Central was doing because they showed you from the beginning of the game, on the field goal drive, the very beginning, they had a plan.
Yeah.
They had a plan.
Yeah.
And they weren't going to stray away from it. They were going to do exactly what they came in there to do because they said in the beginning, they felt like, I think Coach Oliver said or mentioned, or somebody in the staff said, we feel confident attacking their corners. We feel like our receivers can have a good game against their corners, which is interesting to say, knowing the kind of play that the secondary has had all year. But they felt like they could expose something there, and they did in big gaps, big chunks. They did that. Mm-hmm. So, but I did feel like Jackson State could close it out, but they were going to have to do something different to disrupt NC Central's offensive game plan. Mm-hmm. It just didn't work that way. NC Central was still doing what they did in the first half.
Okay. Well, at halftime, something I noticed, didn't that this again is the third out working. Dan Mullen was one of the guys, doing the talking.
Okay.
During halftime.
Okay.
Dan Mullen, former head coach of Mississippi State University,
Right.
used his success at Mississippi State University to get the job that he really wanted at Florida.
Right.
And then, as I said, he's no longer coaching at Florida.
Right.
His ass is talking.
Okay.
Let's just think about that. You figure that out.
See where you going.
You know where I'm going with that. You just figure that out. Okay. Think about that. All right, but the Boom, they played Brand New Day. And I thought, like, is that their way of celebrating TC? The TC Taylor era beginning. Because like the Boom always gonna play something that kind of fits the moment. You know what I'm talking about? So they hit you with that Brand New Day. That's from the Wiz, ain't it? I think that's from the Wiz. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, with all the flag, all the bullshit, all the mud that's being slung at Jackson State University, they basically recited the school song and then brought out the school banner and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it was very, very appropriate for the moment. Okay. Love the Boom. Okay. So that's my one bright spot in the middle of my storm. Goddamn it. All right, but let's get to the third quarter. All right.
He said the sun came out just for a little
bit. Shining through the cloud. The Boom always. That ray of sun shining through the cloud. That's the sunny Boom of the South. All right. Third quarter. We were forced to punt. Okay, we came out. Penalty was hindered. A penalty hindered this drive. Shit like that. Maybe we get points on this drive.
Right.
We don't look at the things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What Central do? Come down. They get a touchdown pass. Yep. All right. Now they missed the PAT, so that made it 23-21. Central. Now this was an amazing catch by Mr. McCall. Okay. Now he didn't do much in the game. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mr. McCall only had 3 catches for 26 yards, but that was a big fucking touchdown right there.
Yeah.
Okay. In that moment.
Yeah.
Great arm strength on that ball by Mr. Richard. Now this drive was aided. This is that drive that was aided by the 2 4th down conversions. One on a brilliant fake punt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We stop them on that, America. They don't go get this. No, everybody want to talk about the Hayden play. Let's talk about this shit. If we are prepared to say, when you go into the game as the heavy favorite, you got to be thinking, these motherfuckers gonna pull out all the stops. They gonna do whatever because they looking at it like, don't nobody think we supposed to be here no goddamn way.
Yep.
What the fuck do we have to lose?
Yep.
We've seen this in football countless times. Who was that went to with the onside kicking the fucking Super Bowl? Was that the Saints?
Yeah.
Was that Sean Payton?
Yeah. He pulled that out. Yeah, you think he pulled that out the closet in halftime? Wasn't it right after halftime or something?
I think so. Yeah. Like we see that, bro. Like when you supposed to not win.
Yeah.
Everybody counting you out. So if you know that, you got to be thinking, hey guys, let's be ready for whatever.
Yeah.
Just being in a safe formation where you prepare. Fuck the kick return. Fuck the punt return.
Yeah.
You fair catch that bitch. We get the ball. Shador gonna get us in the end zone. But let's just make sure these boys don't do no funny business on our ass.
Yeah.
But we wasn't ready. And they convert on that.
And it was a well-designed play. Well-designed.
Like a motherfucker.
The blocks opened, the blocks lined up, and that boy had a whole...
Young man didn't want to go down either.
Shoot, no.
He didn't want to go down.
He knew this was his play. Oh. this is the one for me. This me.
Little motherfucker ain't like he trying to take it to the house. Like, God damn.
I'm finna score.
Okay. But we end up stopping them again.
Yeah.
But then they convert on that, on the sneak. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We ain't looking at all this stuff that happened. The game shouldn't have come down to whether or not a motherfucker catch the ball in overtime. Not if we being dominant, like we said, the theme of the season.
That's right.
It wasn't supposed to come down to that shit.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? These are all things that contributed to the loss. Okay, I got in my note. We getting out coached. We get fucking dumb boys had their head down, focused. They wasn't hopping on jets and doing this and recruiting for another school and putting out social media shit and all that. They were goddamn locked in on one fucking thing. How the fuck do we beat Jack State University? That's all they locked in on. Yeah. And then it showed up. On the next drive up, we were forced to punt. We got stuffed on third down. Central was just winning the line of scrimmage. And shout out to Savion Wilkinson. Real one, came on, put it on something. And I asked him, because he's played in the SWAC and the MEAC.
Yep.
And I asked him, what's the difference? What's the difference in the SWAC and the MEAC? And he said,
some serious foreshadowing right here.
He said the MEAC is more physical and the SWAC is more finesse. Now, that shit gave me pause then. So I doubled back and I asked him, well, do you think we got what it takes in that moment to thud up and be physical? And he said we did. But when it came down to it, we didn't do what was needed to be done. Okay?
No.
They were winning the line of scrimmage.
They did that.
This violence, y'all. All that cute shit. Air raid. The air raid offense, I told y'all before, ain't never won no damn national championship. I've never seen it. If Mike Leach is the one who innovated it, Mike Leach ain't got no damn national championship. Now I had to look at his coaching tree and see who they say. Yeah. You know, since his passing, people are saying that he got a coaching tree. I know Nick Saban don't run no goddamn air raid.
Nick Saban did have to adapt.
He adapted.
He did have to adapt. He started to do more spread, but it wasn't like that.
He run no fucking air raid. Yeah. Where all he want. What Nick Saban said, more bad things happen when you putting it in the air than when you're doing it on the ground.
That's absolutely right.
You put it in the air. The worst thing, of course, is an interception.
That's absolutely
right. Or a sack fumble.
Yep.
Okay. Because you got a quarterback sitting there who focused down the field. You know, ball security. He trying to pass the ball, so he ain't got the best ball security. So something can happen there. Yep. A tipped ball can happen. Okay. Yep. A dropped ball can happen.
A guy can run the wrong route.
All kind of different shit can happen when you trying to do this.
Yeah.
Rather than you just turn around and hand that bitch off, like Central was doing, or your quarterback told that bitch, like Central was doing.
44 rushing attempts for Central.
By how many yards?
For 276 yards on the ground. We talking 6.3 a clip.
And what was that time possession?
Handled the ball for 38 minutes. 38 minutes, 9 seconds.
Shit.
And if you look at the touchdown drives, each one of the touchdown drives were at least 6 minutes. At least 6 minutes of the clock taken away. So they just had a controlled situation. They knew what they were going to do. We ain't in no hurry. We know we can line up and we can get what we want. And when a team knows that, that's a hard team to beat, man. When they know they can just line up. And then if you notice, they were doing some interesting things with like the linemen. Like they would bring a tackle and move him over from one side or the other. And then they would pull like back inside with the tackle and do some different stuff like that. And that was kind of confusing because it was leaving the linebackers on pause just a hair second. And then here comes whoever's moving, pulling into the linebacker's chest, hole opens up, boom, up the field. So they were doing some interesting things with the line work that was real creative that I've never really seen a lot of teams do in college. And this guy just is in the repertoire. This is what we do. I got a plan.
Hey, based on what big media were trying to tell us then, I mean, given that he's a guy with a plan, he got a black national title, Power 5 gonna be beating down his door, right? That's what they try to tell us, right?
Well,
okay. Okay.
You know
all right. On their next drive, they ended with a field goal that made it 26-21 Central. The drive was aided by a big throw by Mr. Richard. The drive got stalled though by a false start. Now, again, like I said, if Central would have lost the game, they would have had a lot of shit to say about the refs. All right, so they would have said that the refs missed an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Mr. Brown for hitting Mr. Richard after the whistle. I don't know. There's no way to verify whether that kid heard that whistle or not. Now, you might, based on what happened later on, because I think he got thrown out for something else, you might try to argue that he's back. I'm not going to call that kid no bad kid. I ain't see no, I don't recall like just habitual dirty shit from him throughout the year or nothing like that. No,
Right.
but I'm acknowledging what I know they probably were talking about.
Yeah.
But moving on to the fourth quarter. All right. And this where a lot of people talking about coaching again. What the hell took so long to get Travis involved? Big game like that, he the 5-star. He supposed to be the one that's different.
And they could not cover. They couldn't cover.
Goddamn, get involved the whole game. All right, so touchdown pass to Travis though in the fourth. We had a failed 2-point conversion, so that made it 27, 26 JSU. Travis ran a great motherfucking route.
Beautiful route.
Great route. Okay, the young man is hella talented. All right, drive was also aided by something else they might trip by. It was a non-catch. I think that was Mr. Hooks. I think it was Mr. Hooks who didn't catch that ball, but Shador had a player. He got up there and smartly snapped the ball real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, young man, bad motherfucker now, y'all.
Yeah,
he's a bad motherfucker. He's groomed to do what he's doing. He can get Tom Brady ass on the phone. He's groomed to do what he's doing, and I wish him well. I'm gonna talk more about that later, but I do wish that young man well. All right. Now on the 2-point conversion, we did have somebody butt naked, looked like across the middle. I thought I saw somebody, but we ended up getting sacked. A lot of folks are upset about that. Think you take your points. I don't know. What you think about that one right there, T? I know he's trying to go for it to make it a 3-point
game. I mean, that's a call you make. I think that's a call you make that you believe you got to play, that'll work. And it just comes down to your kids executing the play. I mean,
I don't be liking it when I be calling that point chasing. Like, if I don't need the 2-pointer right there, fuck it. I'm gonna just kick this extra point.
Yeah.
Because now we go back to the sideline, good momentum. We got our 7, everything went well. Boom.
Yeah.
When you get 6 but fail on a 2, psychologically, like, okay, we ended the drive on failure, on a failing note. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm like, just take the points. If it come down later on and I got to get this bitch, okay, we'll go for it then. But
I think it's just the time of the game with the amount of time that was left. You go get that 2 and say, okay, we can get a stop.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. Or okay, let's just say they move it inside the 20s, in between the 20s, and you man up inside your territory, and you hold them to 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's a win in a sense. And then you get the ball back, and you can move the ball on them. And hey, you change the whole dynamic of the game, in my opinion. So I can understand why they went for 2. I don't really fault them there. I just play just didn't develop the way it should have developed to get the result. So,
well, on the ensuing drive by Central, the touchdown run by Mr. Collier, and that made it 34-27 because they end up going for a successful 2-point conversion. Okay, this was another dominant drive. They killed clock like a motherfucker. Okay, and also this was a drive that Mr. Jeremiah Brown got kicked out for flagrant personal foul. But that 2-point conversion was special. It matter of fact, was a Philly special.
Yeah.
But it looked like they had a little wrinkle on it. I don't remember that little wrinkle from Philly where they made it look like Mr. Richard was changing some shit on the line. Like he kind of was walking down the line saying shit, faking it, really moving his head and all that kind of shit. Then they went ahead and snapped it and went into the actual play. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of diversionary shit in there.
Yeah.
And that's one of the best things. If you read Sun Tzu's Art of War, you know that one of the best things to win in war is deception.
Yeah.
So shit, that's the same thing in really any sport.
Yeah.
I get your ass thinking I'm doing one thing, and I hit your ass with something else. That's much better than trying to go heads up all the time. It says one of the things that I've been frustrated with Coach Bartolone in instances this year. It's like sometimes we just snap the ball to Shador and hope that his ass gonna get it done, and that the receivers gonna win their matchups because they're such great talents. But goddamn,
Can't just rest on that.
you can't just rest like can
Gotta
you scheme these kids open too?
Yeah.
Like can we scheme something up on look at our 2-point conversion attempt, very vanilla, versus their 2-point conversion attempt.
Right.
Very creative.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like coaching.
Yeah.
That shit matters.
It
All
does.
right. But, and I think this is where my blood pressure was going through the goddamn roof right here. This last drive, Travis dropped the ball on this drive. Okay, on second down there, he dropped the ball.
Okay.
Now, what if that was 4th down and he didn't have another opportunity?
Yeah.
Well, see, he had another opportunity.
Yep.
The ball came back his way.
It did.
A dime dropped by Shador. Again, the boy can spin in America. And Travis just better. He is Travis motherfucking Hunter. He's just better.
They couldn't cover it. They could not cover him.
Now, again, I'm going to acknowledge the elephant in the room. We probably would get ripped. We probably were getting ripped about the phantom timeout. Well, you know, Shador got to come over to the bench, talk to Barcelona and everything, and folks wonder what the hell going on. Central they call the timeout. Jackson ain't call the timeout. What are y'all doing right now? Okay, cool. But I'm just talking about that play. That still was a hell of a fucking play.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go to overtime. And I'm like, okay, this is a classic. We're going to pull this bitch out. Can we at least have this guy? Damn, we got the coach from the league. He about to gut the team of the talent and all that kind of shit. Can we at least have this?
Yeah.
Now, what you say about us putting our defense out there first?
Bad idea.
Talk to me.
Bad idea. I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. Offense is working. It's clicking. So unless, and let me go back because that drive for Jackson State to score was with 4:31 left. 4:31 left in the game. So that was a 4-minute drive. It was a 10-play drive, 15-play drive. So it was a long drive. So now some would argue you get the boys a rest, put your defense out there, let them do their thing. Let Coach Thurman and them make whatever adjustments they need to make.
They've been the best unit all year.
And yes, because they are that. They are that.
The best unit
and you trust your defense in this situation. That, hey, look, no matter how bad we played, we've got the talent and the ability to stop them. On this occasion right here. So I could understand that, but I felt like the offense had to go back out on the field because they could not figure out the Sanders to Hunter connection. It was working. The kid couldn't cover him. Whoever the kid they had lined up on him could not cover Travis Hunter. And even if you wanted to run him back out there, because again, you got to think about the emotion of it. The boy just tied it up at time zero, no time left. Tied it up, took it to overtime. You might have caught Central slipping psychologically, going, they scrambling. You roll your offense back out there again with the same precision that you ran that last drive in. You go up, and then your defense brings that momentum out, hyped up, ready to stop Central. And maybe they laser focus. Maybe they hone in because we got them now. We up, we stop them, ball game. But I get it was a 15-play drive. But me personally, offense would have had to go back out on the field. Just had to.
That's fair.
They clicking.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I mean, Coleman had 130 in this game. So even if they went over and decided to just shadow Hunter, you still got Coleman, you still got Hooks, you still got Shador, who has been pinpoint 30 for 40 in this game. You still got to go roll that out there. You got to.
I don't know. I think and see, we don't get these kind of questions to Prime. Seem like and motherfuckers just don't ask him a lot of these questions.
Mm.
and he pressers and shit. It always turns into something else. But I don't know. Maybe they were thinking, shit, we gonna trust the best unit all year. It wasn't being the best unit on this day.
Right.
It was not being the best unit on this day. Offense was the best unit for a change.
Yeah.
Because special teams showed enough wasn't the best unit.
Yeah.
Giving up that fake punt like that. So yeah. That I mean, that's fair. That's fair. But Central ended up scoring in overtime, and they did not put the fucking ball in the air.
Bad things happen when you do that. That's what they tell me.
From the 25, they said, fuck it. We're not putting the ball in the air.
Yep. They did that.
They treated it like my man is better than your man. This about manhood, and I want this shit more than your ass want it. That's what it looked like. Okay. And they went down there and just were physical.
They did.
They put that ball in there. Even had a stiff arm that I know, Jack State haters finna be probably putting that shit on t-shirts with the running back stiff arm, Mr. Silman Craig. I know that shit finna be everywhere. You know what I'm talking about? It was indicative of the whole day. They just were out physicaling us. They just were out manning us. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
To go along with the out coaching us and out scheming us.
Yeah.
So we got the ball back. And we got down the 1 yard line. Third down. On the 1. We put the ball in the air. Now, you can say, there's your deception. You wanted some deception. They threw the ball to a guy who didn't catch the ball all game.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he had caught a ball like that earlier in the year, but not in this game. You're not thinking it's going to come to him. It was butt naked. He dropped the ball. He got to catch that ball.
I agree.
I'm a former coach. He got to catch that ball.
I agree.
Okay. You teach it one way. You go out there, but it's like a fan said to me, and the brother I was coaching with, he said, man, I feel for y'all, coach. Y'all got these teenagers out there dribbling your chick. Yeah, this is coaching basketball.
Mm-hmm.
He right.
Yeah.
Because all you can do is coach it, and your kids got to go out there and do it. So, yes, he should have caught the ball. But then you put it in the air again on 4th. And nobody was open.
Nobody was open.
Nobody. So, okay, we don't have another play. That's the only play we had deceptive. That's the only creativity we had. Yeah. We ain't got nothing else to get the ball up in there. Because what I would have liked to do is I got 2 downs to get 1 yard. Get that bitch to Mr. Wilkerson 2 times.
Been saying it.
Get the ball to Mr. Wilkerson 2 times and let's go. Don't it flip? So we would have gone first after that, right?
Yeah, I believe so. That's right.
This ain't last year where we didn't have a guy in our line, even though our line ain't the best this year. You got a guy who's a fucking All-American, Tyler Brown. So that's indicative of improvement on your line. Mm-hmm. I think he was second team FCS All-American. Tyler Brown. Okay. Yeah. That's indicative of improvements. We did improve. You got Mr. Wilkerson.
Yeah.
Went over 1,000 yards this year.
Yeah.
You don't trust him to get 1 more? 2 downs to get 1 more.
Yeah.
He can't get you 3 feet.
Yeah.
You don't trust that.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the bad shit that can happen when you put the ball in the air. That shit is looking like this is Coach Prime and Brett Bartolone's Pete Carroll moment. It wasn't picked off, but something bad happened. The young man dropped it.
Yeah.
Get that bitch to Mr. Wilkerson.
You got to. He only had 15. He only had 15 carries in this game, and he was vital in getting you inside to that 1. He was vital on that drive.
And I'm not saying, okay, he only averaged 3.5 yards on the ground in the game. But I ain't need 4. I needed 1.
1. That's it.
1 goddamn yard.
That's right.
That's all I needed was 1.
And again, you could go heavy package there. You could.
Just
I wouldn't have been mad with
just do something.
go shotgun. I mean, go wildcat or something like that. Whatever.
Something should be in the toolbox where you say
Inside here, right?
Because
here.
we've been going for 2 and shit all year long in situations where we didn't. There was no reason, no logical reason to go for 2. I've been saying it in the realest rundowns. And I would always say, maybe we just practicing. Like maybe we just going for 2 right here to practice a short yardage play or something.
Right.
For a moment that we gonna need this shit.
Right.
Well, goddamn it, we needed a short yardage play. Some fucking creative. But you're at the one. You go to this big package, which you're not customarily in, but big package screams run. You pass out of it. Okay, cool. We're unsuccessful. Give me something else on 4th then. Nobody wants to talk about the damn 4th down play. That was atrocious.
That was bad play. The worst play you could draw up that night.
So, like, damn. Or, you know what? Well, how about we do this? If Shador got to be the one to score it, how about we do 2 Tom Brady Memorial quarterback sneaks? 2 of them bitches.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. You could definitely do that.
Oh, we down here in this South. Give me a Drew Brees. I don't know. And now you might say, well, you just said that Central will dominate the line of scrimmage. I need 1 motherfucking yard.
1 yard. And tell Sivion to push him in.
If you're a master motivator, you tell Savion, you push this motherfucker. You tell them linemen, goddammit, you do what you got to do. Drop your nuts.
Yeah.
Be a man.
Yeah.
You tell them, be a man. Get a yard.
Yep.
It's football.
It's the only way.
Be a man, get a yard. That's what you tell them.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened.
Mm-mm.
And so Jackson State University failed 41-34. The prime era is over. The Shador Sanders era is over. That young man played his ass off. 30 or 40, as T alluded to. 349, 4 tubs.
Yep.
Okay. He added another on the ground.
Yep.
Okay, so a total of 5 touchdowns.
He came to play.
Mr. Wilkinson, shout out to you again. 15 carries, only 52 yards, 3.5 a clip. Okay. Mr. Coleman, aided by that big play, 80+ yard touchdown.
Yeah.
7 catches, 137 yards, 19.6 per catch. Okay, so they're getting it done in a touchdown. Mr. Hook, 7 for 70. Travis had 4 for 47 and 2 touchdowns. Mr. Stevens had 3 for 43 and a tub. Mr. Daniels only had 3 balls for 26 yards, and that's uncustomary. But all that's just numbers. When you look over there for Central, Mr. Richard only was 15 for 20 for 175 through there in the tub. But then he went and got you 97 on the ground for 2 touchdowns.
He did that.
Ran that bitch 22 times with some broken fingers.
Yep.
Now, look, them broken fingers on your non-throwing hand might not matter for the throwing game. But when you toting that rock and all these folks doing all that shit, you got to have some pain tolerance there, Jack. They must have shot him up. So either that or that young man just wanted it.
Yeah.
But I can't take nothing away from them.
No.
Coach Oliver, you a bad motherfucker, Jack. Bad motherfucker.
He was poised too. That's the thing I liked about him on the sideline was that, you saw where he was getting emotional, but he was just laser locked in on this is what we got to do here. This is what we got to do here. Or this is the time to call this play. I mean, he just had the command of the team. And
they knew they couldn't stop us through there. Because like in the post game, he said, the way to stop Shador Sanders, I got to keep him over there.
Yeah.
So they want to control the clock.
Yeah.
Look what you said. Shador ended up with 5 total touchdowns in only, what you say, 21 minutes.
21 minutes is change.
Of possessing the ball. Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that. We put up 34 fucking points in regulation.
Yeah.
Only having the ball 21, 22 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But at some point,
Yeah.
football come down to who can win the line of scrimmage and get it done.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. But shout out to all the young men who gonna remember this shit for a lifetime, especially if they don't play at another level. Like if you a senior and you go on to the business world rather than getting drafted, or you're not somebody who gonna have opportunity to play next year. Damn, that's kind of shit that stick with you, man, and haunt you, bro.
Yeah.
So, man, strength and love to all those young men and their families.
Yeah.
And congratulations to North Carolina Central.
Yeah, man. The home of Ninth Wonder, the great music producer. I know he got to be beating his chest a little bit. He die hard. He is Central head. So, hey, man, it's just one of them. It's just one of them things, man. You know, you could attribute it to distractions. You could attribute it to preparation. It's a lot of stuff you could attribute it to. You definitely can't attribute it to one play in overtime where a kid should have caught a ball, because by all accounts, the book said they were supposed to win by 12 and a half. This was Jackson State. They had these boys double-digit favorites. So
both years, last year Celebration Bowl, all the focus was Travis. Now, I ain't talking about from the fan base. Fan base, you don't get paid to goddamn watch no film and be prepared.
Yeah.
But you can tell even the team wasn't locked in, which Coach Prime basically admitted in the post game that they kind of overlooked shit. They took shit for granted, and he said, that's on me. Well, God damn it, we were distracted last year.
You call this year.
If we overlooked last year's opponent, and God damn it, what you think with this was? That motherfucker just gonna come in a bit, lay down, and then we roll on, get on the first jet, smoking in Boulder, Colorado. And them boys said, fuck all that. Them boys said, we ain't do all the shenanigans. And this is what they saying in the post game. They them their players.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. But hey, shout out to them. And shout out to all the real ones. I know y'all out there, disappointed, you know what I'm talking about. But hey, the TC Taylor era is upon us.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can make it back and finally get it done for the SWAC, because only goddamn one team has ever won that bitch from the SWAC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's something there too. Like,
there's something to be said there. Something to be said there for that.
Like, God damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's why I got America. I'm pissed off because I told y'all book it. I hate that I let y'all down with my prediction. Okay. Looks like the only thing that got booked is Prime's flight to Boulder. Put it on some.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?